Hello, welcome to Scotty's Toy Box. I'm Scotty. What a day I've had, and I want to share it with you before I get into recording some of the news. Wow. Well, I got up at 2 o'clock this morning and did my thing all morning long and didn't get half accomplished what I wanted to. And just finishing it up now at 12 hours later. Oh, excuse me. Lunch just came back hard. So, anyway, that's what you get for a non scripted video, right? So, anyway, after our walk this morning, Ron said he was getting very concerned about my shoes. They're 4 years old maybe, and they're worn out, and I need good shoes. So he insisted that we go shoe shopping. Well, normally we head to Bell's just down the street. That's where I got these. Ron gets a lot of his shoes there. But when we got there, NBC News, 4 people dead, 9 more injured in a Georgia high school shooting. We love them guns more than we love them kids. I just don't understand it. It's not my kid who got shot, so why should I care? That's their thought. You know? Nobody says let teachers and that carry guns in private schools. Why? Because that's where the rich people's kids are. They know better. Killing your kids? They don't care. So anyway, we went to the first store, and everything I tried on hurt my feet, and I just didn't like them. And there were a couple there I could have worn, but the colors were horrendous. Who wants a sneaker for everyday wear that's got oranges and grays and blacks and blues and all jumbles of color in it? These things look like they were tie-dyed. Not my style. I like a nice simple gray sneaker, or a black sneaker or a blue sneaker. I don't like white soles because I wear mine forever and they tend to get dirty, because we go walking and that. So every one I tried either hurt my feet or was inflexible or something. And I have to have a shoe with like a memory foam in it, which basically that means Skechers. Everything. So we left there, went to another store. They had even worse selection. And they had like 5 rows of clearance, which were just jumbles of boxes. Like you were supposed to pick through the boxes to find something you liked. It could have been there a week. So we left there and we went to the last store. And at this point in time, I'm exhausted. And I didn't bring my medication, so I normally take my medications 7 to 8 hours apart. Here it was going on 11 and a half hours, and I'm hurting bad. I mean, real bad. So I told Ron, that's it, we're going home. He was lucky. At the first store, he found a pair of shoes he liked. So it wasn't a totally bad day. But I came home tired as all get out, in pain, and frustrated. Well, Now that that's my morning and 5 minutes has already gone on, I want to talk to everybody today about the Sunday news shows. Does anybody still watch them? I have a program on my computer that records them, and I have a 55-inch smart TV that I can swing over and swing it out over here, and it's hooked to some really good antennas, and I can watch broadcast TV if I want. So there's 3 morning shows I watch. Meet the Press, this week with George Stephanopoulos, which I don't know why they say that, because he's not on it anymore. It should be just this week. Because every week they have one of 4 or 5 different hosts. And this week was Jonathan Karl, and he is the most biased to Republicans reporters. Him and Martha Radisson. Oh my God, Martha Radisson, she is just as extremely biased towards Republicans, and they ought to work for Fox. It comes through. Anyway, or at least CNN. So I made a whole bunch of notes, and I listened to all 3 shows, and I wrote a full nightboard of them. I'm going to break these down into little bits for you. So the first one I wrote was Kennedy vows to stop crime chemtrails. It's 2024, and we have people believing the government is spraying us with chemicals to make us do something or believe something or have some kind of disease because they're the scary government. They're coming for you. And science has well explained these. I mean, in the old days, people who would look at a chemtrail and come up with a conspiracy were chided as being touched and not by an angel. They were chided as having had a episode. They need to go lay down now. But today, they take these people as normal and they run for president. I don't understand it. Alright, second note I had here. Red states try to block methane reduction. Why would they do that? Don't their people need to breathe too? Don't their people want clean air? Don't their people want a little respite from the extreme weather patterns we're having? But to the upper red class, the upper party of Trump, profit is king. You must protect the most profit and protect the guy who makes the most as if it's the only thing that matters. Profit is king. All right. Now this is a sad one. I don't know how much I can do on it. Today I heard during the actual ceasefire, 3-day ceasefire for Israelis, for the Hamas and Israelis in Gaza, they were going to, so they could vaccinate polio, because there's a polio outbreak in Gaza right now. Well, it's understandable. Everything's destroyed. Have you not seen the pictures? The people have nothing. They have no homes. They have no infrastructure. Israel is busy doing that now in the West Bank. They're just tearing up roads and everything, destroying water systems and that. Why? Because they want the Palestinians to give up and leave. They want to make things so brutally bad for them, they have nothing to come back to and no reason to stay. I watched a video of a Palestinian woman. Settlers came to her home and just dragged her out, threw her out, and said she was no longer welcome there. It was their house. Really? She goes, "You're stealing my home." And they said, "We don't understand your problem." She said, "It's not yours, it's mine. I've lived here 50 years. And the guy turned to her and said, "Look, if we don't take it, somebody else is just going to. So go away." They took this woman's home and possessions she'd had for 50 years. She'd lived there for 50 years. And that's how they see Palestinian lives. Quickly, because the counter's at 11 minutes, Israeli settlers attack and harass Palestinians and chant, claiming that the land belonged to Israel because God gave it to them. And they're trying to drive, they just go into the West Bank, and Israel now has officially extended the war into the West Bank. They go in there, and they just attack people and make illegal settlements. The settlements are going up at a rate never seen before, especially these quote-unquote outpost illegal settlements that aren't sanctioned by the government but will be in a year if they can hold out. And what they do is they deny the Palestinians the right to even harvest their own crops they planted and grew and they need for their family and for their livelihood. The Israelis just go in. Now remember, the Israelis are armed. The Palestinians are not. So they go in and they torch. They go on these raids. They showed a line of 50 cars destroyed by Palestinians. They just attacked everybody's vehicles and set them on fire. Broke the windows in, threw flaming accelerants inside, and watched the car burn. Yay, yay, yay. And they do that with their homes. Palestinians' kids are having to stay inside. They don't dare go outside to play anymore because the settlers will kill them. And the Palestinian families have to have wire stuff all over their windows and all over their doors, and that because the Palestinians come, especially at night. Remember, they're armed, and they break them. They attack the Palestinians in broad daylight in front of the soldiers, and the IDF do nothing because Palestinians mean nothing. They have no value. And the Israeli society has preached for decades now that Palestinians are bad, evil, and must leave. That the land is Israeli land. And one woman from Texas stupidly said, "It's not genocide because being Palestinian isn't an ethnic group, it's an ideology." And she said, "We're just taking back the land that's ours. You know, our people got driven off it by the Arabs." And she was talking about how the Israeli government dragged their people out of Gaza because that was against the law for them to be there, and it was against the idea of a two-state solution. So her parents got kicked out of Gaza, and so she was there to take it back proudly to finish their dream. Oh, about the Palestinians? She said, "Oh, there's no problem. Other countries will take them." Fucking clueless. And I've never been an anti-Semite. But right now, I'm anti the government of Israel, and I'm anti the military of Israel, and I'm anti the U.S. government supporting Israel. It makes me angry. I want it stopped. I don't like what Netanyahu and his people are doing, and then blaming everybody else for it. He's the Trump of Israel, and he learned his lessons well. Deny, 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 and accuse the other people of doing what you're doing. Anyway, so yeah, they terrorize these people, and then when they say they're questioned about why they're doing it, oh, because they hate us. My God, why do you think they do? Why do you think they hate you? Anyway, so thank you for coming to Scotty's Playtime. I'm Scotty. And as always, best wishes for everyone and hugs for those who'd like them.